It's Kay with the cute nicknames, back with the weight loss update. Hi you guys, it has been so long. I know, I can't even tell you when the last video was. I think it was like in July or June. Anyways, I am sorry for the hold up. It has been busy. I've been really busy, and traveling, work has had me doing a lot of traveling. So I have a free moment, so I wanted to just get on here and give you guys a really quick update on what's going on, where I am in my journey, and what I'm doing, you know. So all in all, since my surgery, which was on April 18th, 2022, I had went in for the gastric sleeve surgery. My starting weight was about 222 pounds day of surgery. And so, yeah, I felt like the surgery was going to help me lose the weight I needed to lose, feel more confident, and overall just be healthier so I can live a longer life. That's what was really important to me. And I knew at that time, before getting the surgery, I knew it was just really hard for me to lose the weight. So I'm really happy I did it. I don't know if you guys see my previous videos or not, but you should go back and pop in to see just how I prepared for my surgery. And even afterwards, you know, I dealt with, you know, the gas pains, and that initial week was a little rough coming out of surgery, but all in all, I bounced back 100% within like 7 days. I was able to get back on my regular routine. Now, how I was eating and what I could keep down, that has grown over time. So we'll talk about that in just a second. But I do want to say that I'm really happy that I got the surgery. I'm really happy with my results, and I'm proud of myself. Even after the surgery, my surgeon had explained to my boyfriend that my stomach was actually pretty enlarged, and he didn't quite understand why my stomach was so big. He said it was actually too big for my height and my age. So he was, you know, really happy that I decided to go through with it. So it, you know, you never really know until they get into your body and they see. You know, we didn't know beforehand that my stomach was enlarged. I didn't do any x-ray or anything like that. We just knew I was healthy enough to get the surgery. So I would say, if in your gut you feel like it is necessary and it'll help you in your journey and help you in your health overall, then do it. Again, I did pay out of pocket. My surgery was about $10,000, and maybe a few little fees outside of that, like processing fees and stuff like that. But all in all, it was about $10,000, and I did it here in in Dallas, Texas. So what have I been doing? Since the first 2 months out, I've now been able to fully digest all meats, all dairy, all fruits, vegetables, all carbs. There's pretty much not anything that I cannot eat. The harder things for me to digest are going to be things like meat. So it seems to be like rice is hard to digest, but meat. So chicken, beef, and sometimes like ground turkey can be hard for me to digest. I have to eat those items really slow. Swallowing and getting it down like the pipe has probably been the biggest challenge. The acid reflux has been another really big challenge of mine as well. And so I would say that is still ongoing. I do not throw up as much as I used to in the beginning. And the reason why I threw up so much in the beginning was because I was not watching what I was eating. I was eating pretty much whatever I wanted to eat, and I was hurting myself in the end. So I had a lot of what do they call that? I had a lot of throwing up episodes. I forgot what they call it, but I did a lot of throwing up for about the first 2 to 3 months. Then after about month 2 to 3, I started to notice that my stomach was able to take more and digest food better. So now I'm able to eat pretty much anything. But since I had that negative experience in the first 2 months to 3 months of my journey, it really woke me up. I was like, okay, look, I finally had like a sit down with myself and was like, you gotta stop hurting yourself. Stop feeding yourself stuff that you know is going to be hard for you to digest. Stop feeding yourself stuff that's going to tear up your stomach. I know I mentioned dairy, but dairy has been really hard on my stomach since the surgery. It's really hard for me to process cheese, milk, anything with those ingredients. I'm instantly usually full, and I usually have some type of bad reaction to it, like bloating, gas, or even vomiting. So I would say your stomach is going to be very sensitive after the surgery. So if you were already lactose intolerant before, it's just going to heighten how lactose intolerant you are after. So just be mindful of that. I've had to really have a come to Jesus moment with myself a couple times throughout my journey to make for sure that I am feeding myself healthy things. Like, it's one thing to eat small portions, but then it's one thing to eat small healthy portions. And in the beginning, I was just eating any and everything, but in smaller portions, and I felt like my weight loss was slow. But now I have fixed my diet, and I'm really working on filling my body with things that are of substance. So really focused on eating more protein, eating more vegetables, less snacky items like chips, less cookies, less sweets. I am a big sweet person. I love sweets, but I've had to just cut it out a little bit. I do enjoy a treat at night. Usually I get like a 90-calorie ice cream or something like that, and I keep it in the freezer, and I eat that like almost every night, and it doesn't impact me. And it probably doesn't impact me because of how often I work out. That's another huge factor. Eating is 100% the most important, but I can say that if you're going to partake in carbs and in sweet items at least once a day or a couple times throughout the week, you want to make for sure that you are in the gym, because the gym will help you burn those extra calories that you took in, maybe on Monday or Tuesday. So being active in the gym has been another thing. I've always been active. My activity, I guess you can say, like, threshold has never decreased. I've always kept it at what it is, and I'm typically in the gym between 3 to 5 times a week. I usually never go under 3. I try to get it in at least 3 times a week, and I do a full body workout. So I'm typically working out every part of my body. I usually start with a walk with dumbbells, then I move into a sprint or a jog. And then after that, I'm typically hitting a row machine to work on my arms and my back. I'm usually hitting squats to work on my legs and my glutes. And then I'm using free weights to work on triceps, my arms, more chest workouts, and bench press and stuff like that. So I'm pretty active in the gym. I know how to maneuver around the gym, because prior to me getting the surgery, I was always in some type of physical sport, whether it was a sport or just an activity. I was doing something. So I'm familiar with the gym. So if you are not, I would say that starting this journey, it is important to get comfortable with the gym, get comfortable with going, get comfortable with the equipment, learn a few workouts that you can incorporate into your workout routine at least 3 times a week. You will really reap the benefits, and it'll speed up your weight loss process. I would say be careful with hitting the weights really hard, because that may cause you to fluctuate more on the scale. You'll see more of that up and down versus a consistent drop and consistent decrease in weight. So if you're going to do weights, keep it light. Do a lot of repetition. Use your body weight too, because it still works. You don't always need to go pump iron. So keep that in mind. But of course, I know you want to stay toned. So really, do light weights and do high repetitions and use your body weight. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. But eating, I've switched up the diet, right? So for the most part, every single day I have a protein, a veggie, and some form of a carb. I do believe that carbs are still healthy. Just do it in smaller amounts. Like if you're going to do rice, do a half a cup of rice. I don't even believe your stomach's going to be able to eat a whole cup of rice in one sitting. So maybe cook a whole cup, but eat half a cup for lunch and then your other half for dinner. And then pile your plate up with a lot of vegetables, and then keep your protein at about 6 to 8 ounces. That right there, if you can follow that simple formula, your body is just going to get on this. It takes in its fuel and then it releases. It's not going to hold on to much. Do the healthy snacks in between if you're a snacker like me. I am a snacker, but what I realized is if I wake up and if I actually just cook myself a meal, like a breakfast meal with eggs, bacon, and maybe maybe a carb, maybe like oatmeal, maybe some type of multigrain, so maybe oatmeal, or every now and then I will do one pancake. So as long as I'm feeding myself like a meal for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, I don't typically have to snack. And that helps me because my snacking habits are not healthy. I want to go for the junk food and not the healthy snacks. So as long as I'm cooking and I have food ready to go for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, I'm okay. Typically, if I eat a big breakfast, I will have something small for lunch. So I may focus more on the protein for lunch. I may eat more meat at lunch. And then when dinner comes around, I usually go hard on the veggies and keep it like that. So it's just all about delegation, planning ahead of time. I would say if you can meal prep, that is going to help you 100%. Where I'm at now on my journey is I'm down almost 50 pounds. So I've lost because I'm about 172 now. And so my surgery was on April 18th. So I've lost about 10 pounds a month, which is really good. And I really would love to sustain this weight loss. It doesn't need to speed up, but it doesn't need to decrease either. I felt like I was hitting a plateau maybe about a month ago where I couldn't get out of the 180s, but I finally broke that plateau and I'm finally now in the low 170s. So I just want to keep that train moving. And I believe the train picked up because I started fueling my body with quality food versus junk food. And at the gym, I incorporated sprints. Sprints are another form of workout that is very challenging. If you do start out running sprints or pick it back up again, start out slow. Don't hurt yourself. But it is a great carb burner. When you run sprints, it's like it burns calories just throughout the day. So the more sprints you're able to run throughout the week, it can really shape and form your body in ways you never imagined. So I would highly, highly recommend sprinting, But with me now changing up my diet and incorporating more sprints, I definitely have noticed the change in my body and my weight loss has now picked back up. So I should be at 10 pounds. Well, I'm already at the 10 pound mark. So I might lose a little bit more than 10 pounds this month, as long as I stay diligent in how I eat and how I'm working out. It has been a lifestyle change. I can tell you that in the beginning, it was not easy because I did not look at this I saw it as a joke in a sense. Like, oh, I got my surgery. I'm going to be skinny regardless. I don't have to do anything. Yeah, until you get on the scale week 4, and then on week 4, you're not losing weight. And then you start thinking, I just paid how much to get more than half of my stomach removed and I'm not losing weight. Yeah, when that hits you, it's like, oh, let me get myself together. So it is like a 180. It is a mindset change. So be prepared for that. Be prepared to have to get rid of the negative thoughts and replace them with more positive thoughts. I was always complaining about how I'm mad that my stomach is small and now I can't eat as much and da-da-da-da-da. But really what it was is I needed to just learn how to adjust my new life to my new stomach. Like, that's just what it is, and changing my mindset. So I'm happy to say that the journey has been good. It is ongoing. I plan to lose quite a bit of weight. I know I didn't start off super duper high, but I do want to get pretty low. And that's because I want to be physically in shape. I want to be in the best shape of my life. And I want to be able to do things that I physically could not have done when I was heavier. So I'm really challenging myself right now and pushing myself to go harder. I do plan to get a trainer one day soon. So they can challenge me and push me and teach me more about health and working out. But a trainer, I haven't introduced a trainer since the surgery and I've been okay. So you do not have to go thinking you need to go, pay an expensive trainer every week or every month. No, just take it day by day, and whatever you do, don't stop, right? Like, at least give it a little bit. Even on days where you don't feel the best, walk. You don't have to run. You don't have to sprint. You don't have to lift any weights. Walk and maybe do some body squats. Walk and do some sit-ups. Just do a little something a day. And that will really, really, you'll see and notice a difference in your mind and in your body. And I think you will really reap the benefits of the surgery that way. So keep me posted. I will keep you guys posted. I will be posting more now. I'm really excited, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Bye-bye.